Trojan Felly, what's up, man? USCJ here. It's the top of the morning. I hope everybody is getting ready to get up, get out, and make some things happen this morning. Listen, USC offensive guard Emanuel Pregnon was labeled the #1 offensive guard this past week in college football. Listen, Emanuel Pregnon, he is a grown man, a guy that's coming into his own, and a guy that's already came into his own. And I can say that's probably essentially the leader now, maybe of this offensive line. We have another big time guy that's a leader as well, I would say too. But Emanuel Pregnon, man, let's give him his just due, because Emanuel Pregnon, his draft stock is really going through, I think, the roof right now. He posed a 82% PFF grade, almost an 83, the highest graded guard from this past week. And look, man, he's literally, I would say, as far as the offensive line is concerned, Emanuel Pregnon has probably been the most consistent all year long. I mean, he's held his own, and he did it quietly. And look, man, this guy, you can depend on him. A physical presence. You see, I mean, he looks like an absolutely a gym rat. And you guys remember when I talked about him a couple of months ago over the off season. You know, he reminded me of a guy, Bob Sapp, that played at the University of Washington. He went on to play in the NFL, did some MMA stuff, but he has that same type of body type, man. He just, he's an offensive lineman that just looks like lightweight, like almost a bodybuilder, and his presence, his size, his physicality is that, man, and he's really coming into his own, and the way he moves and grooves. Look, Emanuel Pregnon is going to play himself right into a big time, I don't know, can he be a first rounder, a second rounder? Who knows? I mean, right now with these PFF grades, the way it is now and how physical he is, he already looks like he's physically fit for the NFL. And I know he's a redshirt senior. I'm trying to remember, I thought he could come back, but I doubt that somebody like Emanuel Pregnon comes back. This guy is just, I mean, he's risen in stock. But when you look at our offensive line as a whole, led by Emanuel Pregnon, this guy, I think that other guys are following suit as well. Alani Noah, I think he's coming on a little bit. We got some news as it relates to the offensive line as well. But when you look at our offensive line as a whole, I think they're getting better as the year goes on. And I think they're starting to really find themselves and find who they are, gel together. And you look at even guys like Elijah Page. You guys know they had over the offseason, they had a big article about, I think it was on CBS Sports, about Elijah Page, how physically gifted he is, how his physical presence looks, and man, everybody talked about it. However, it was a slow start, but now it appears to be picking up. And one of the things that we heard that the coach for Rutgers say, he was talking about our offensive line. He was talking about USC physical presence, how big they were. And I don't think a lot of people, because we did have issues early on in the beginning of the season, that doesn't mean our offensive line is still not physically, the presence of them is not physically just big. But however, they're starting to learn how to utilize those natural gifts that they have, the size that they have, and able to move and groove with it. And so when you look at guys like Elijah Page, I think and this is one thing about it. Our team is so young right now that look, this is, next year, our team, I'm telling you, especially on the offensive line, you're going to see a team like USC really come together and really start maturing into a whole nother level. Now, these next 4 games, I think we can oppose our will on some people, especially on the offensive line. This is how we were able to utilize that run game the way we were, running for 173 yards. 170 is 132 yards against Wisconsin, and against different teams. We had success because they are a good offensive line. They just had to gel together, and now they're starting to find their mojo right now. And I think it's going to be straight up go time, man. So you guys can hit me in the comment section. I got one little news and note item as it relates to our offensive line, real quick. This is a news and note item as it relates to our offensive line, and yes, offensive lineman Gino Quinones. You guys know he's been out. He got hurt last year. And you see Shotgun Sperling from 24/7 Sports, he puts this out here in a tweet yesterday. He says USC revealed some unfortunate news on the availability of Gino Quinones, and it looks like he'll be out not only of Friday's Rutgers game, but it looks like he'll be out again for the remainder of the season. So I don't know if it's something that he never really got healed properly or what, because I haven't really heard a whole lot for him. He says it here, Chris Trevino, with the story of offensive line Gino Quinones, he'll be out for the remaining of the season, for the second season in a row. So I'm not sure exactly what happened as it relates to that, but he looks like he's out. So, man, you guys can hit me in the comment section. I hope he gets better, because, look, Gino does have a lot of potential, and he's somebody that once he gets it together and fully heals up, and that's probably all it is, needs to fully heal up, he'll be back, and it'll be straight up go time with him as well. So, look, drop those comments, man. You guys tell me what you think. You guys know where you can find me. It's USCJ32 on Instagram, USCJ32 on Twitter. Listen, happy Tuesday to everybody. Everybody stay blessed. We're getting ready for Washington this week. It's going to be straight up go time. I think we can go out there and win that game, take it one game at a time, win that Nebraska game, and then go followed up by UCLA as well as Notre Dame, man. So hit me in the comments. Tell me what you think. It's USCJ32 on Instagram, USCJ32 on Twitter. I'm out of here. Till later on, everybody stay blessed. Fight on, fight on, fight on.